Hello light workers, welcome to Friday and welcome to New Year's Eve. Today I'm talking about where we are, where we're going to. I'm going to tell you a story about Amazon, and I'm also going to tell you a story about a film that I saw. Okay? So I'll see you on the other side. So I'm meditating the other day and I said to the emissaries, where are we in terms of waking up? Where are we? And they flashed. They do a tremendous amount of flashing, right? They flash me a lot. They flashed me 40%. Okay? Ba-bam! 40% like that. And what's interesting, I always say this to people who I'm doing these hypnosis with and regressions. I always say, trust the very first answer that comes into your mind. The one that comes like that, that's the one that comes from your higher self or from your unconscious mind. And that's the one that comes from the emissaries for me. So, where are we? 40%. And that's moving quickly. That is moving. Oh man, I can feel it. I can feel it, I can sense it, I'm hearing it. Everybody that's coming to the door, all the delivery men are all saying, enough's enough. They said not wearing the mask. Beautiful. Stuff is happening. Okay? So then I said, so where are we going to get to? And I think I've talked about this before. I asked them this before, but it's worth repeating. Where are we going to get to? And they flashed to me again with 70% awakened, 30% asleep. And I said, well, so how will that work with 70% awakened and 30% asleep? And they said, it'll work exactly like it's working now, except the other way around. That we are going to be the mainstream. We are going to be the majority, the mainstream. And they are going to be the minority, the cult. And so they're saying that we will have our media that will be servicing us and giving us all of the information that we need, and they'll have theirs. They'll become like a little cult, but quite a big one. I mean, 30% of the world is a lot of people. And I said, well, that's really sad. Will they ever wake up? And they said, yes, they will. They'll wake up, but only when they're ready. Only when they're ready. When they decide to look up. Right? And that was, they were making reference to the film Don't Look Up. And if you haven't seen the film, I'll try not to spoil it. But my daughter sent me a text. My daughter's awake, by the way. My son isn't, the big son. He is, but he doesn't care. But my daughter's awake. So she said, watch that film. It's like today. Okay, so if you've seen it, you'll know. But it's kind of like this really bizarre parody of the situation in which we find ourselves today, except the line's blurry about who it is that we are and who it is that they are, because they keep blurring the lines all of the time. They keep blurring the lines. But basically what there's this thing in the sky, okay, that's coming to hit Earth. And a group of people who are led by the government, the very bad government, they are telling them not to look up. And they say, don't believe what they're saying. Don't look up. Don't look up. And so the people don't look up. And they're at rallies with placards, don't look up, don't look up. Okay? And so there's this patently obvious thing here coming, hurtling toward the earth, and they won't look up. Until finally, in one of the meetings, somebody did look up. And it was in that moment where he saw that the emperor had no clothes, and everybody saw it at the same time. So it's a really interesting film that's come out now. It's just recently out. And that it's, how long does it take to make a film? How long? It's almost like they are laying out the way that this has gone But it's only been 2 years. I don't know how long it takes to make a film, but quite a long time. I don't think it's a 6-month job. What do you think? So it's almost like they already knew what they were going to put in this film. I don't know. It's just really bizarre. But there's a lovely, lovely line from a song that appears in the film, which is, "Shut off your shit box and don't listen to the government," or something like that. The shit box being the television. I thought, wow, that was a heck of a line. Heck of a line. Anyway, so the emissaries made reference to that. When the 30% will wake up when they choose to look up, when they choose to see. And so, that's where we are. That's where we're going to. And oh wow, it's really, really starting to shift, to move. Really starting to shift and to move. There's a feeling I get that it's just everywhere I look, this shift's happening. Everywhere I look. And it's from people who are asleep, I'm seeing shifts, which is the most important thing. I mean, we've been shifting, since we're the veterans of shifting, for God's sake. We can't shift anymore. If I shifted anymore, I'd be in another country. So, I'll leave you with this little tale. So the other day, I saw somebody was saying, "Oh, please just be aware that Amazon have made a big mistake with the book that I've got 2 books on the market and they've mixed them together. There's something gone wrong with the books, okay, when they're printing them." Yeah. Well, in our business teaching Spanish, we have lots of books on the market, all of them through Amazon. And I've received an email yesterday and it said, "I have recently purchased a book it was something like on Spanish prepositions." Okay. And I was flicking through the book and I got to page 164 and found that there was some extra information added. Okay. I am disgusted that you would consider adding this into your book, this kind of propaganda. Okay, so basically she sent a photo of the page, and the page came directly from that Kennedy guy, who's the anti-Duda, writing about the real Anthony Fauci, the book, which is obviously exposing him for being horrible. Yeah? A page from that book just stuck in the back of one of our Spanish books. Like just randomly put in there. The real Anthony Fauci. Okay? Now, as it happened, it went to somebody who is obviously very, very anti-propaganda. But I thought, I've already heard that somebody has had tamperings with their books. It looks like maybe somebody's been hacking into Amazon and getting, this is just in my mind, perhaps taking all of those provocative books and putting bits of them in other people's books. Like, how fabulous is that? How fabulous. So I thought that was hilarious. It's just another sign of all of the things that are happening around us. People are coming at this from so many angles that it's overwhelming. There's like this tidal wave of information that's coming from so many angles. It's unstoppable. And it's only the people that are not going to want to look up, who will stare fixedly at the ground, at their own feet. They're the ones who won't wake up. But the rest of the information is becoming like a rainstorm. It's everywhere. It's a flood. On my YouTube now, for whatever reason, the most wild videos are appearing of people doing saying all kinds of things, just talking very openly about the whole thing. And it's being allowed on YouTube. Why? I don't know. One theory is that these big platforms have been taken over. Okay? I don't know. However, what I do know is that something massive is happening. Something really, really big is happening. There's a shift that's happening that I haven't felt since the beginning. I've felt lots of different shifts. But there's something big happening now. Very, very big. Expect that they're going to push back. The baddies are going to push, okay? Don't expect that this big shift is that's it, it's done. There's a big shift happening, and because of this big shift, the baddies are going to push even harder. So expect the next couple of months to be interesting. Just hold the line, stay strong, stay with it. But when we become 70%, there's going to be no stopping us. We will change everything. We can change everything at 30% because we've got 30% of really pissed off people. But imagine 70% of really pissed off people. Okay? That's a lot. And that's coming. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can touch it. All the senses. I've got all the senses tingling. And probably you have too. Have a lovely night this evening. Have a wonderful time. And I'll see you in the new year. I'll see you in 2022. I love you all.